Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Monday, December 18th, 2017. Well, folks, I finally inched into a little bit of a position on ICPT, Intercept Pharmaceuticals, and I just wanted to go over this as a courtesy to people out there to kind of show what we do here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. The key here is just looking for a chart that gives you a great risk reward with good technicals to it. And the one thing I noticed here is that Intercept Pharmaceuticals has been trying to break out of a baseline range here. So what I did was I basically took a trend line and I put it in right here and connected it through the recent highs, right? So if you connect it through the recent highs here from this close through here to this point to right here, you can notice that just recently you broke above the 50 MA, and then you've retraced into that, but it's holding that level there, that little bit of a support area now, which was resistance. So this trend line was resistance, you busted through, now you've retraced into it, but it's staying on top of that little down-sloping trend line. So my thought process here is it's a beaten down biotech. It's one that has explosive upside. If you zoom out on the chart, I mean, the history of this chart, it's been a north of a $300 stock. And also you have a defined stop level here. You could use a couple different. I'm using basically any daily close below this pivot low at 55. So this little pivot low here. So basically you have about a $7 stop on this, which is give or take a little bit over 10%, which isn't too ridiculous for a biotech stock. But what's great about this is if it starts to break out to the upside, I mean, minimally you should at least head up here, which is around the $74 level, which is a $12 gain, almost a 20% gain. And if this stock has any major positive news, you could be looking at a move easily here to, 87, maybe as high as the 200 moving average up here, which is all the way at around 100. So, I mean, I like those risk-reward factors. You have a potential little breakout here. Notice how you've been making higher highs, higher lows, I should say, low pivot, higher low, higher low, higher low here and across the board. And again, it looks to me like you're trying to break out here, or you have broken out, and that's very bullish. So these are the little things that we look for to kind of find the end-of-year runners. I also think into January, you have the January effect where you'll see tax loss selling might be keeping it down here into year end as people try to offset some of the gains for this year. But if you get into January, there's no more tax loss selling. Therefore, you could see some of these stocks like ICPT really start to propel itself up and easily get to that first target around $74. So again, this is the thought process that I use here. And again, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a under $2 billion company, so it's a pretty small biotech company. And there is obviously risk involved, but again, it's trying to find the risk reward, and obviously you're not putting a lot of shares at risk here, a lot of money at risk. You want to give yourself that ability to kind of stick with it since you have a lot of upside, but you do have a little bit of a downside potential there as well. So again, for me, the risk reward works here with the little potential breakout on the chart. I'd love to see this uptick in the coming days and really establish itself above the 50 moving average right here, and then it should be off to the races to a first target of 74 or so. Again, any good news, this thing goes all the way, maybe as high as 100. But again, in the short term, I like it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, bottom line is these are trades that I put out in the research center at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Come take the 7-day free trial. Get involved. This is where it's at, folks. And again, I love to trade. It's my passion, finding these setups like this, looking at the charts, finding the key analysis, and that's exactly, again, what we strive to do here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Give you great trade setups that have a high reward chance of winning and making you lots of money with a limited amount of risk. Talk to you later, guys. Enjoy. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com.